Hello guys and welcome back. Dawn here, and today we're going to do a Lucid Air or Model S video today. Okay, full disclosure you guys. Today we're going to talk about how the Tesla Model S and the Lucid Air became two of the most sought after cars in the entire car industry. And guys, please help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can make more great videos for you guys. The Tesla Model S and the Lucid Air are both flagship halo cars of the two all-American companies that are relatively new in the car industry. Now, Tesla has obviously been around for longer than 10 years if you count the original Tesla Roadsters. But in the overall century-plus history of the automobiles, Tesla is probably still considered a toddler, with Lucid most likely considered a newborn. The Model S is probably one of the most important vehicles produced so far in the 21st century. It is the car that shows the world that EVs can and are desirable. When it was first unveiled back in 2012, the shock that was felt all across the automotive industry couldn't be overstated. Before the Model S was unveiled, the common perception of an EV was a slow and ugly EcoBox that was desirable as a golf cart with comically terrible range. No one could have imagined that an EV could have been one of the most desirable automobiles in existence. Even to this day, almost 9 years after the first Model S was unveiled, the Tesla Model S still retains its crown as one of the most desirable and sought-after vehicles. To put that in perspective, 9 years is nearly 3 times the lifespan of some car models, such as the Honda Accord or Toyota Camry. This is partially because the exterior design of the Model S was the definition of timelessly elegant, and Tesla rebuked the traditional automotive trend of redesigning a new model every few years while adopting the philosophy of continuously making small improvements to their models, consequently allowing the Model S to have such a long lifespan. Earlier this year, the Model S received its biggest update ever to date with a completely redesigned interior and also a brand new powertrain called the Plaid, breathing new life into the car that was first unveiled 9 years ago. If anything, the demand for the Model S today is the highest it's ever been, which is simply an unbelievable achievement considering the Model S was first unveiled back in 2012. For the past 9 years, the Model S was the pinnacle of EV engineering and was known as the best EV in existence. From its class-leading efficiency, power of the electric motors, to the range, the Model S was the absolute best out of any of its competitors. Actually, the Model S never truly had a competitor until Porsche began making the Taycan from 2020 and Audi the e-tron GT in 2021. Even when facing cars with designs that were almost 8 years newer, the Model S still had the advantage when it came to efficiency and range. Also, with the Model S's hatchback design and the large frunk, the Model S was without a doubt the more practical car compared to the Taycan or the e-tron GT. The biggest drawback of the Model S, and this is something that's common for all Tesla products, was the huge inconsistent build quality from one car to another. Of course, with the Model S having been in production for at least 8 years, the build quality has seen improvements, but it is certainly not enough when you're talking about nearly $100,000 for a car. The problem with the build quality is mostly superficial. We're mainly talking about the paint jobs that weren't applied very well, flimsy interior bits here and there, fitment of the panel gap being inconsistent. The actual powertrain and the battery technology of Tesla is actually extremely well made and quite reliable, which is probably the most important part of buying an EV. Tesla has nailed the important bits, but I just wish they could care more about making their cars with quality that fits their price tags. As a package though, The Model S to this day is still one of the best EV products available when considering its fantastic exterior design, practical interior packaging with a hatchback liftgate and efficient powertrain and battery technologies. The Lucid Air, on the other hand, is the new kid on the block. Born from what's known as Lucid Motors or Ativa before the company was renamed in October of 2016, and the brainchild of Peter Rawlinson, then VP of Engineering at Tesla and Chief Engineer of the Tesla Model S. Of course, that's not what Elon remembered, but anyway. This is a vehicle with a clean sheet of design that has just entered into production with design aesthetics that has never been seen before. One of the most eagerly anticipated car ever to hit the road. For the past few years, there were serious doubts whether the Lucid Air was ever going to make it into production because of the nearly impossible task of a brand new car company making a new factory and putting a new car to scale in production. But happily, almost after 5 years of development, since 2016, the Lucid Air is scheduled to be delivered to its first owners later this month. The primary goal of the Lucid Motors when designing the Air was to create a car to be as energy efficient as possible. That means the best and most efficient aerodynamics, the most energy efficient electric motors, and battery technologies. For a brand new car from a brand new car company, the stats speak for themselves.
But still they doubt. They think we stuffed a whole bunch of batteries into the car and did sneaky things like that. The frame is full of batteries, anyone can do that. Let me tell you, this is about efficiency. Efficiency from our high technology, from our 900-volt architecture, with race-proven battery technology, with silicon carbide architecture and switching. Efficiency is the new imperative. Anyone can create range with a big battery pack. It's damn hard to do it with a modest battery pack. It's not just about range per se, but just let's have a look at range, because courtesy of Inside EVs, we have a listing of the range of cars that have been rated by the EPA. And I think it's quite notable that, oh yes, which ones are ours? Oh, we have the top 6. And there's quite a margin over 7th place as well.
The longest range EV by 100 miles, one of the most powerful EVs, one of the most efficient EVs, a car that offers S-Class level of interior space with only a mid-size sedan exterior dimension. It is truly astonishing what Lucid was able to achieve with the Air, and not exactly a surprise why the Lucid Air is most heavily anticipated to be delivered to actual customers. For 2021, we had quite a few notable releases from the big 3, Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, with the EQS, EQE, i4, iX, e-tron GT, and Q4 e-tron. However, there simply is no comparison to how much interest and excitement has been generated from the Lucid Air compared to these new vehicles unveiled this year.
This sense of wide open space and expanse, bringing the outdoors in is really something I really savor.
This is all glass right here. Look at this, Dennis. There's such an open feel, and it's beautiful just seeing the canopy roof.
I'm just taking it all in right there.
There's not a luxury electric vehicle before the Lucid came. Even in the back seat, it was amazing.
You look like you have a lot of room back there.
I'm 6'4". Yeah. So I'm like, I've never had this.
Like, the thing is super stylish.
Wow.
You kind of feel like you're gliding, but at like 80 miles an hour.
I was up to 70-something.
In that second.
That is unbelievable acceleration.
The 0 to 60 is fantastic, but being on the highway, going 65, 75 miles an hour, pushing the pedal and still having torque to the wheels, there's no feeling like that. It's absolutely incredible.
Holy Jesus.
The cockpit experience is amazing. Very intuitive controls.
You're surrounded in luxury as you're flying down the streets.
Very quick acceleration, but still smooth at the same time. Really comfortable drive. that you feel the design elements in such cohesion with just this extraordinary, ferocious power.
As a comprehensive package, the Lucid Air combines jaw-dropping exterior design and interior design with the best packaging the world has ever seen for the interior space, while achieving the highest efficiency in class and the highest power density powertrains. With the recent test drive with a few journalists and customers, the Lucid Air was almost universally praised for an extremely comfortable and quiet driving and passenger experience. This is a vehicle that checks every box, and it is hard to argue what it doesn't excel at. I'm not surprised at a huge amount of hype behind the Lucid Air, and I think it's absolutely completely justified. Alright, that's what my thoughts are on the Tesla Model S and the Lucid Air. Let me know in the comments below which one you prefer, and see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like.